right, let's get through this. Okay, today I'm gonna talk about fake accounts. I'm gonna talk about this bullshit story on housing supply, and I'm gonna talk about this bullshit stories about trying to stop the war in Ukraine and trying to stop the flow of drugs. First up, the fake accounts. Yeah, they're still out there. I'm trying to get verified by TikTok to no avail. I keep complaining about these fake accounts, and they take some down, or at least they say they do. Like they told me this was taken down, but obviously it's not. What have I gotten for my troubles? I'm restricted still. Why? No idea. No idea. I cannot promote my account in any way, shape, or form, and I think the restriction even stops the reach of my videos. But these guys, no problem. See, he's got more followers than I do. I am this close from joining these people and making my own fake account. Because apparently you have to join them. You can't beat them, right? So I might just make my own fake account so that I can get the followers that I deserve. Or I can just get verified. That'd be nice too. All right. Some of you people are just so gullible. Honest to God. Everything that orange turd says, you think is the truth. This is about oil and control. This is not about the war in Ukraine. This is not about drugs in Venezuela. Chinese group invests $1 billion to boost tanker shipments from Venezuelan oil fields. They want to increase the production to 60,000 barrels per day. India, they got slapped with a 50% tariff. Well, the importers have to pay a 50% tariff on Indian products coming into the United States. Why? Because India refuses to stop buying oil from Russia. Like, you want this to happen. You want India to buy oil from Russia. You want China to buy oil from Venezuela. If they stop, the price of oil would go through the roof, and prices would go with them. No, man, he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. It's about the drugs. This is totally about the wars. No new wars. From the International Criminal Court, let's just remind you that Vladimir Putin has a warrant for his arrest. Remember when he was standing next to the president a couple weeks ago, surrounded by soldiers? They could have just arrested him. That would have put an end to that war pretty quick. And then there's this guy. They know where he is. If they wanted to take him out, they could drone strike him right now, and all of Latin America would do a happy dance. And China would keep on buying oil from Venezuela. India would keep on buying oil from Russia. They don't care where Putin is. It's all bullshit. The United States is just trying to get these countries to buy oil from the United States. That's it. That's what this is about. It's about control. All right, lastly, if you're a left-wing content creator, please stop supporting this idea that if we build more housing, it'll become more affordable. It won't. Stop perpetuating this idea that there's a housing shortage. There isn't. All right, look. The world's most unaffordable housing markets. It's all over the world. There's Toronto, there's Vancouver. But the story doesn't stop there. Because in all these locations, you're told the problem is that there's a housing shortage. Well, if there's a housing shortage, where are these people coming from? Because there's a housing shortage in Latin America as well. Latin American residential construction. Construction market is thriving, fueled by rapid urbanization, a growing population, and the government efforts to tackle the housing shortages. Is it Africa? Well, I don't know, because Africa has housing shortages as well. Is it India? Because India has a housing affordability problem, and here this article even says it's a problem that runs deeper than the shrinking supply. Right. If we increase the supply, that will make housing more affordable, except it's not doing that in China where they have an excess supply. How people in China afford their outrageously expensive homes. This story is from about 10 years ago, but this is still the case today. So they have unaffordable homes and an abundance of housing at the same time, which is the case in Toronto right now. Unaffordable homes, an abundance of empty homes. Vancouver, same thing. And let's not leave Russia out of this. As Putin spends billions on war, Russians struggle to afford homes. So if there's a housing shortage everywhere, where are all the people coming from? Maybe the economists are wrong. Maybe there isn't a housing shortage. Maybe that's not where the affordability problem comes from. Maybe, just maybe, the problem comes from the fact they pumped a bunch of money into the system, making money less valuable, which makes assets more expensive, but they didn't pay you any more. Everywhere in the world, you ain't getting paid. That's the truth. Let's accept it, let's perpetuate this idea, and let's see if we can't fix it.